my salams, everybody. I hope you guys had a good weekend. Alhamdulillah, I had a good weekend. Just wanted to share my thoughts this morning as I've been inspired to talk with you guys today. Today's topic is, just because a man has money, has status, or whatever, doesn't mean he's generous. It doesn't mean he's a good person. Doesn't mean he's a good Muslim. Doesn't mean he has good character. And I think that as Muslim women, yes, it is our right to be married to a man who is a provider, who can provide for us financially. That is our right? We're supposed to be taken care of financially. But I want to make sure you're also taken care of emotionally and spiritually. I really want to make sure that you know that you can be taken care of in all ways, and that you should see that as something that is your right as well, because there are too many women married to men who, yes, they may have money or they may be wealthy, but they are not taking care of that woman emotionally. They may not be a good Muslim. They may not be able to help you to get closer and more connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, which is really our ultimate goal, of course, in this life, or that's our ultimate goal. So when I first married my husband, at the time, he was very young. I'm older than my husband. I'm 5 years older, and he was like 24 and I was 29. And he was, like me personally, I was at that time in my career, I was making more money than he was. But that didn't matter to me because I really loved, and I really got to see how generous he was with his time, his energy, his money. I got to see his character. And I mentioned this before in one of my previous videos, that the character of a man is like the most important thing. That is the number one. If you had to, create a list of the things you should be looking for in a husband, character, Islam, like his religion, his relationship to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is like the number one thing. So even though he didn't have lots of money, there were certain things I could see in the very beginning. He was super generous, and he was super ambitious and very hardworking. And I'm married to a West African man. He's from a country called Gambia. And typically the West African men that I know are super, super hard workers. So he was a very hardworking man. But most of all, his character was he had just great character that I loved. And so I believed that he would one day be in a position financially to be a provider. And alhamdulillah, he is. He actually makes more money than I do at this time. But I looked for the most important things in him, the most important qualities. Yes, like I said, you do deserve to be taken care of. Yes. You do deserve a provider. Yes. But you also want to make sure that he's generous, because, like I said, again, there's lots of men who have money but don't have good character, aren't generous, don't really care about your happiness, don't really care about looking out for you, just want to give you the bare minimum. And you want someone who is always striving, not just striving for, ambition or striving to give you a great life, but he's also striving to get closer and closer and more connected to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That to me is more important than anything. So quick little tip for the day. And with that, guys, I will talk to you guys the next time I'm inspired. My salams.